Shemuel Bet, chapter 22. David said the words of this song to Adonai on the day Adonai delivered him from the power of all his enemies and from the power of Shaul. He said, Adonai is my rock, my fortress and deliverer, the God who is my rock in whom I find shelter, my shield, the power that saves me, my stronghold and my refuge. My Savior, you have saved me from violence. I call on Adonai, who is worthy of praise, and I am saved from my enemies. For death's breakers were closing over me. The floods of Belial terrified me. The ropes of Sheol were wrapped around me. The snares of death lay there before me. In my distress I called to Adonai. Yes, I called to my God. Out of his temple he heard my voice, and my cry entered his ears. Then the earth quaked and shook. The foundations of heaven trembled. They were shaken because he was angry. Smoke arose in his nostrils, and from his mouth devouring fire with coals blazing from it. He lowered heaven and came down with thick darkness under his feet. He rode on a keruv and flew. He was seen on the wings of the wind. He made darkness his canopy around him, thick clouds in the skies dense with water. From the brightness before him, fiery coals flamed out. Adonai thundered from heaven. Ha-Elyon sounded his voice. He sent out arrows and scattered them. With lightning he routed them. The channels of the sea appeared. The foundations of the world were exposed at Adonai's rebuke, at the blast of breath from his nostrils. He sent from on high. He took me and pulled me out of deep water. He rescued me from my powerful enemy, from those who hated me, for they were stronger than I. They came against me on my day of calamity, but Adonai was my support. He brought me out to an open place. He rescued me, because he took pleasure in me. Adonai rewarded me for my uprightness. He repaid me because my hands were clean. For I have kept the ways of Adonai. I have not done evil by leaving my God, for all his rulings were before me. I did not depart from his regulations. I was pure-hearted toward him, and kept myself from my sin. Hence Adonai repaid me for my uprightness, according to my purity in his view. With the merciful you are merciful. With the champion of purity you are pure. With the honest you are honest. But with the crooked you are cunning. People afflicted you save, but when your eyes are on the haughty, you humble them. For you, Adonai, are my lamp. Adonai lights up my darkness. With you I can run through a whole troop of men. With my God I can leap a wall. As for God, his way is perfect. The word of Adonai has been tested by fire. He shields all who take refuge in him. For who is God but Adonai? And who is a rock but our God? God is my strength and protection. He makes my way straight. He makes me swift and sure-footed as a deer, and enables me to stand on my high places. He trains my hands for war until my arms can bend a bow of bronze. You give me your shield, which is salvation. Your answers make me great. You lengthen the steps I can take, yet my ankles do not turn. I pursued my enemies and wiped them out, without turning back until they were destroyed. I destroyed them, crushed them. They can't get up. They have fallen under my feet. For you braced me with strength for the battle, and bent down my adversaries beneath me. You made my enemies turn their backs in flight, so that I could destroy those who hate me. They looked, but there was no one to help, even to Adonai, but he didn't answer. I pulverized them like dust on the ground, pounded and stamped on them like mud in the streets. You also freed me from the quarrels of my people. You kept me to be the head of the nations. A people I did not know now serve me. Foreigners come cringing to me. The moment they hear of me, they obey me. Foreigners lose heart as they stagger from their fortresses. Adonai is alive. Blessed is my rock. Exalted be God, the rock of my salvation, the God who gives me vengeance and makes peoples submit to me. He brings me out from my enemies. You raise me over those who rebel against me. You rescue me from violent men. So I give thanks to you, Adonai, among the nations. I sing praises to your name. He is the tower of salvation for his king. He displays grace to his anointed, to David and his descendants forever. End of 2 Samuel, chapter 22.